In this, our final video in our series of videos on the interinstitutional accreditation test, you will see a simulated jury discussion. Should you pass both the simultaneous and the consecutive components of the test, you will be placed on the joint list of accredited freelance interpreters and can be hired by all three institutions.
In part 2 of the video, we'd like to show you what you wouldn't see as a candidate, that is the deliberation amongst the members of the selection panel, to give you an idea of what we're looking for. Okay then, so Anna, you were our timekeeper. How long was the original? How long was the performance?
The original was 5 minutes 50 and the performance was 4 minutes 25.
So, quite a bit shorter then. And, well, how would we rate the difficulty of the speech?
I thought it was a fair speech, not particularly technical. It
Yeah,
wasn't very fast.
I'd agree. One or two slightly colourful expressions,
yes.
maybe. But
it was just the colourful expressions that were perhaps challenging.
Okay, so we'll say it was of average difficulty then. And in that case, Kathy, you were our pure customer, so what was your impression? Did you get a clear and plausible message? Anything that puzzled you?
There were a couple of things that puzzled me. I don't know if it was particularly difficult as well at the beginning of the speech. She had a rather shaky start, I thought. But perhaps it was just nerves, but she sounded rather hesitant and she was repeating sentences or parts of sentences, and sometimes the English was a bit clumsy. So there was that. The start was shaky, but I think the message came across.
You felt you got a clear story?
Yes. I think there were 2 points, as I say, where I wasn't quite sure what she meant. The first part where she asked a quote, she said, the Belgians have this saying about the brick in the stomach, and then she said, and not just a brick sometimes, and I wasn't quite sure that what that was supposed to refer to or what it meant. And then later on, when she was talking about the rhinoceros horn and the fact that it was had, I think she said it had therapeutic properties, that it was possibly an aphrodisiac, and that it also had keratin in it, and that's why it was so valuable, is what I understood. But I was a bit confused about that because, as far as I know, keratin's in shampoo.
Yeah, well actually, we'll see about that. I think that was one point where we strayed a bit from the original.
Okay, that bit confused me a little bit. But apart from that, I think the message did come across. I think she was making an effort to communicate, particularly in the bits that she felt more comfortable with. She was looking up. She could have engaged us a little more, I think, but it's probably nerves getting the better of her. But the ending was good, I thought. I thought the ending was convincing. I think by the end she picked it up, and so I liked the ending. It ended on a high note.
Okay, so Jeremy didn't feel lost, and
no, not at all.
Getting better as it went along.
Two small things.
Okay, so how accurate was it to the original? Perhaps I could get some comments from John, from Anna.
I think Kathy's pinpointed the main distortion in the message. I think it was generally an accurate message, but the passage about the rhinoceros horn was seriously distorted because the candidate presented it as if it was a scientific fact that rhinoceros horn is an aphrodisiac and protects people against cancer, which is, of course, not proved scientifically at all. She omitted to say that.
Okay.
So did the speaker say that then?
The speaker said it was not scientifically proved, and then went on to say that yes, indeed, rhinoceros horn contains keratin like hair, like nails, etc. But the candidate presented these two things as if they were on the same level. And that is, I think, quite a serious distortion of that passage, and it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
No. Then you also pinpointed a minor point about the brick in the stomach. Now, I'd like to ask the speaker, Antoinette, est-ce que tu as dit qu'il n'y avait pas seulement une brique dans le ventre? Est-ce que tu as ajouté ça ou pas? J'ai un moment d'inattention, j'avoue.
Pas tout à fait. J'ai dit littéralement, mais il n'y a pas que la brique. C'était pour moi le moyen par lequel je faisais le lien avec les autres produits d'infertilité. Donc ce n'est pas ce qu'il y a dans le ventre du Belge qui m'intéresse, mais le produit suivant, c'est-à-dire l'immobilier, puis les valeurs telles que
Okay.
l'or, l'argent.
Okay, so yeah, so it's not just property which is
so
an investment
that's
rather, it's not just a brick in my stomach. All right.
Yes.
So she linked it with
Thank
the
you.
wrong thing. She
Yes.
linked it with the thing before rather than the thing that was coming after. Okay.
I'd say those are the two main distortions. I think the
Yeah, yeah.
distortion with the rhinoceros horn was more serious than the second one.
Yeah.
I'd also have various comments about the English and presentation, but perhaps you want
we'll
to
get onto that later.
focus on
Anna, is there anything else on the content you want to pick up on?
Yes, no, I agree with that. There was another point which is a pity she missed out. It was a figure. We got the message from her that demand for rhino horn is increasing exponentially.
Yeah.
But I think then she missed the link because she didn't say there are only 20,000 rhinos left in the world, and this is why rhino horn is so rare. That unfortunately slipped through. I mean, she told us that rhino horn was rare, but she didn't explain
Yeah, that could have been
what
brought
the
out.
problem was.
That could have been brought out better. Yeah.
But she asked the question about the $60,000 per kilo, and at least she got it right.
Got it right,
She
yeah,
listened
that's
to
good.
the answer.
Yeah.
So that was good. And the only other things, every now and then she missed some of the nice expressions. Not very serious, because it didn't detract from the main message, but it would have been nice if she could get some of the more colourful French expressions.
Yeah, but I felt she was making the points, though. So. Well, what about the English generally?
I think that I think at the beginning, especially, she was searching for words.
Yeah, that was quite clear. Yeah.
I don't know whether
Place was a
the
bit
problem
clumsy,
is gaps in English vocabulary or simply nerves and rather cold start. Yes, placing is a Gallicism. I think it's obviously it's investment. It's pity she never found scourge. There's a certain loss of colour, but I agree that this is not too serious. What I did like was the quality of her diction.
Yes, that
very,
was nice.
very clear,
True.
very clear
Yes.
diction, and it's pleasant to listen to. I think she looks up sufficiently. At times, as Kathy said, that the start was rather hesitant, but then she gained more assurance, and the conclusion was very snappy. I thought it was
I like
very
that.
convincing
Yeah.
conclusion. On English grammar, I didn't like the mistake with the tense. When it's a period in the past which is over, you shouldn't say it has been gold. You should say it was gold.
Yeah.
That's the kind of mistake our rhetorists make sometimes. But all in all, there were some good things as well as weaknesses in her English.
Yeah, I think we lost some of the colour, but we didn't lose the ideas. She didn't find poach, for example, but I mean she went for kill illegally, which that works. So why not?
It works.
Yeah, I mean that worked for me. I mean, obviously, in my mind, I was thinking, I think she means poaching, but it didn't. The message nonetheless came across, and I quite liked it when she was talking about standing out from the crowd.
That was nice.
And
Yes, that was
there
good.
was some nice
some nice
expressions
turns,
as well.
Anything else, Anna?
No, not particularly. It's a pity she pronounced carotene as carotene. But that was just a slip of the tongue. But no, I agree. I thought she managed to get to grips with her nerves.
Yes,
Which is good.
Through
Yes, so she settled into it, and I think towards the end it was a good performance.
So, what I'm hearing is, on the whole, on balance, the message was there, apart from that one passage was a bit fuzzy. But,
yeah, I think fuzzy is perhaps an understatement. It was a distortion of the message. I think it's quite a big omission, the fact that this is not scientifically proved. But I think we've got to weigh that up with everything else. I think the general message came across, and I think the rest was sufficiently accurate. I think we could just about pass this.
you'd be happy to go on. Does everybody agree on that?
Yes, I'd be interested to listen to her again.
I'd certainly like to hear some more. Yes, definitely.
I think consecutive from Spanish will test her consecutive technique again.
Yes.
Okay, in which case we're happy to proceed, and we'll call her back in then and listen to the simultaneous.